Hey there, this is the Anonymous T podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have not already, please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. This is the backup channel to my main channel, Anonymous T. There's other topics I want to talk on this channel, and it is serving as backup in case anything ever happens to my main channel, and there will be consistent content on this channel as well. So in today's video, we are discussing Love Island UK. We are specifically discussing Ella and Ty, because it seems the fans, the trolls, the invasive people who are obsessed, the haters, all of you want to know what's going on with Ella and Ty, and some of you were having these huge meltdowns over the weekend in your group chats, on Twitter, on Reddit, on whether or not Ella and Ty were going to be spotted together in Los Angeles. And my response to you is, what would be the point of Ty and Ella both being in LA at the same time and not seeing each other at all? Like, can we put two and two together, people? Here is the problem, right? Here's the problem. And I've noticed this dynamic really since the inception, since this couple has been out on, out of the villa, is anytime there's any type of argument or disagreement, or it feels like management might be tinkering some things with their social media accounts, you notice couples' pictures disappear, both from Tyrique and Ella's Instagram pages, because some of you stalk those Instagram pages and you are very concerned about how quickly they like each other's posts, how quickly or if they comment on each other's posts, whether or not certain couples' pictures are removed or added or archived, whether or not, if they go to an award show, if they're going to post their red carpet photo together, or if they attended the red carpet together, or if they do a slide deck post, whether or not they're going to include each other in the slides. You guys do all of this micro analyzing. And it's very exhausting. And it's exhausting to the point that there were people who were upset that Tyrique and Ella even lasted this long, that they were creating fake cheating scandals, fake DMs. They were sending to Tyrique and to Ella and to Tyrique and Ella's family and close friends, you guys, because that is how angry you were that these two people were together. And I do not understand how two people you do not know have you this in your feelings, you guys. And there have been breakup rumors with Tyrique and Ella since the end of last year, people. And I saw it for what it was. Anytime, and this started a few different ways, right? It started with the award show, whether or not they walked the red carpet. It picks up steam anytime Ella goes to Glasgow. It goes back to Scotland. It always picks up steam. Oh, they're not together. They broke up. They couldn't handle the distance. And here's the thing. Here is old school PR 101 for those of you who are kids in the room. Because I feel like a lot of times these are children that are coming up with all of this foolishness, because I cannot foresee actual adults partaking in this type of foolishness and arguing with people and calling people names who disagree with your take or who are trying to provide you factual information about how these reality stars move. Because some of us have been privy to these reality stars and know what it is, right? But these breakup rumors have been going on forever and ever and ever. And like I said in a previous video, what will happen is the Daily Mail and the Sun, they will, scurry around and see what type of negative comments are taking place on Reddit. And then they make that the basis of their article and what negative tweets they can find. And then out of nowhere, there are all these articles that keep coming out every few weeks that Tyrique and Ella have split. Well, if they've split all of these times over the last 4 or 5 months, I could also make the argument that maybe they never split. That maybe people took things out of hand. That maybe people assumed, because this particular time that the pictures were deleted from both Tyrique and Ella's accounts, that they just assumed it was a breakup, because now the icing on the cake was unfollowing each other. No. Do you know how many couples and even married couples are not friends with each other on Facebook, do not follow each other on Instagram, do not follow each other on Twitter. Heck, some people don't even have Facebook accounts or Instagram accounts or whatever to, coincide with whoever they're with. But you guys put so much onus on social media activity versus what is real life. And they told you around the time the last set of breakup rumors began 3 weeks ago, they told you, each of them individually on their Snapchats, that they wanted privacy. They specifically said they wanted privacy and specifically said to stop reading into things. If Tyrique posts a t-shirt of a brand that he is modeling and it says something controversial or it says something that's in coinciding with the song or a rap lyric, it's not a diss to Ella, people. If Ella is doing a Get Ready With Me TikTok and plays a breakup song or plays a song, about a messy relationship, it's not about Ty. She's not trying to throw subliminals. Perhaps she may just like the song. And she actually had to change one of her posts when you guys did this to say this was an ad. Because you guys are doing too much and you need to stop. Because it's going to become to the point where Ty and Ella are not going to tell you anything, period. Because that is how unhinged both fans are becoming, as well as the haters, as well as the trolls. And it's getting hard now to differentiate who is who now. Because some of these so-called fans, some of these so-called Tyrellas had no problem slandering Ty and Ella this weekend for demanding to post a couple's picture, a couple's photo, so that you could not have a meltdown, so that your mental health could be okay. And I have no idea how two strangers that you do not know, that you have never met, are impacting your mental health. It is a reality show, people. Couples break up. Couples stay together, whatever. Couples argue. But you are not in the relationship Tyrique and Ella are. So monitoring these activities of who's following who's liking comments, and whether or not they're throwing shade, and because somebody left a comment on Ella's post standing on business, that meant she dumped Tyrique, when, again, I'm of the old school PR, and as large as the fan base is and the haters are for Tyrique and Ella, and how is locked and loaded Ella Thomas's team is, you're trying to tell me there wouldn't have been an announcement? As much as Ella relies on professionalism and how she has really marketed herself as an individual and getting to the bag, you're trying to tell me that if she was actually single, she wouldn't put a statement out there? Like, let's keep it a buck. But again, you guys are so obsessed with right now that you have to do something right now, or I'm going to cuss you out, or I'm not going to be a Tyrella fan anymore, or blah, blah, blah. And you make it hard for Tyrique and Ella to navigate this relationship in the public eye. Listen, the moment the finale aired of season 10 of Love Island, that was the last that you have all this obligation and entitlement to feel like you have access to Tyrique and Ella. They're no longer on your screen for 6 hours out the week, and sometimes 7 hours if they feature them enough on unseen bits, right? But again, this foolery has to stop. So nonetheless, what has happened in Los Angeles, right? Ella met up with KB and Carla. She was at Rolling Out Loud. We know Tyrique is there for Rolling Loud. Presumably they didn't post a certain night or whatever, which you could deduce they were more than likely together. The next day, which would be yesterday, there was footage of Ella walking around. It was the same place as Tyrique's main hallway of his hotel, the lobby area, the restaurant area, what have you. Then Tyrique's friend and Ella posted from a restaurant they were at, and you could clearly see Ella's arm in the friend Snapchat, and you can clearly see it was the same plates, the same type of food, the same type of arrangement at this particular restaurant. Even though some of you weirdos on Reddit were swearing up and down that it wasn't the same thing, because you really want Tyrique and Ella not to be together for some reason. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day, right? So we had that. We had also Ella getting into the car that Tyrique's friend was in, and seeing Ella and Tyrique and all these things. Then there was a fan, again, don't know whether or not this is true because there was no receipts provided, but said that they saw Tyrique and Ella out to eat and lunch, and that they looked amazing in person, and were really happy and were really calm, and all of the things. And still some of you don't believe that they're together. And still some of you want more proof, want a couples photo, want a video of the two of them together interacting, when it showed you at the Brit Awards, when they were both at the same after party, that they didn't want any cameras around taking any pictures of them, although somebody snuck one in clearly. But they're telling you they want privacy in their relationship because it is an issue of safety now. It is an issue that they want to protect their family and friends, people. It's not rocket science. But some of you are so attached to this couple that everything that they do or don't do weighs on your emotions. And you get to the point that if you do not get what you want from them, you start to slander them. But you still try to call yourself a fan. You can't have it both ways. Here's the thing. Regardless of whatever social media activity, unfollowing, following, deleting pictures, adding pictures, whatever, Tyrique and Ella still never made a statement about their relationship. That is the bottom line. That is what you have to pay attention to. You have to pay attention to the facts. And nothing out of Tyrique or Ella's mouth ever said they broke up. But still, some of you wanted to take it and run with it because you're comparing it to other people. You're comparing it to celebrities and all these things that, couples have to follow each other. Well, Lori and Damson don't follow each other, and they're in a couple. They're in a relationship. Ryan Destiny and Keith Powers, they got back together. There was no, big to-do. Sometimes they post each other when they're at the same event. Sometimes they don't. But everybody knows they're together. Sometimes they don't even interact on each other's posts on social media. But everybody knows they're together. This is what I mean, people. You guys have to stop taking social media activity or behavior as the gospel. And it was clear that a lot of these rumors were getting to Tyrique because the Shade Room, well, I call it the Shade Room because I'm, American, but the Shade Borough out of the UK, which is similar to the Shade Room, they seem to have an APB out on Ella and Ty, and anytime a notification comes up on what is possibly going on between the two of them, out comes a post by them. But this weekend was doing too much because first they wanted to do this messy post and saying that Tyrique was trying to show that he was about something, and some Snapchat footage with Scott from Love Island, and trying to say that this was his A-list meetup or whatever, and people were dragging Ty in the comments saying that he's nothing without Ella, and that, this is not the Kardashians, and that he needs to level up and he needs to do something with himself. You guys knew exactly what you were doing with that post, right? And then when the rumors were spotted that Ella and Ty were at the same location, were at the same hotel, were at the same restaurant, were in the same car, and going to the same locations, and both were at Rolling Loud, you also did another messy post and said rumored exes or whatever in the post, and that they were, spotted together, and what does this mean, right? And so, again, people in the comments, some people are yay, some people are nay, some people are like, what if they never even broke up in the first place? And you guys just took all this and ran with it because you guys needed clickbait, you guys needed engagement, you guys needed a story to tell. And they're not wrong, because there was never an official statement, you guys. Just like Molly and Callum from Love Island, who were just recently on All Stars. They broke up 7 months ago. They have not taken down any of their couples' photos. They have not unfollowed each other. They were not even speaking for 6 months and gave you a full statement that they were no longer together. And nobody is harassing them, telling them that they need to take down those photos and telling them that they're in new relationships now from the show. They need to archive or delete the photos of each other. They need to take away the likes of each other on all their social media platforms. They have to take down any videos or anything that feature each other and all of the things. None of you are doing that. But for Tyrique and Ella, it seems that there is a different set of rules. And then some of you cannot decide on whether you hate Tyrique and Ella or you love them. Because if I did not like somebody, I would not be tracking their every move and reacting to it. And on Reddit, it seems that any type of activity that involves Tyrique and Ella, you guys react to it, you guys blow up the comments, and then you get mad when people call you out for being the hypocrites that you are. Because now you want to put parameters on what the Tyrique and Ella news is, but you didn't care before when some of you wanted to push the narrative that they were broken up and some of you wanted to push the narrative that they were still together. You can't have it both ways. Now, one thing I will agree is the monitoring of them, the tracking of their families, the tracking of the following, the tracking of their friends, who likes what post, who likes what comment, who comments what, and trying to correlate that to some type of clue about Tyrique and Ella is way too much. You've gone too far. And still DMing Ella and Ty, whatever, and harassing them, and then demanding at the same token that they tell you what their relationship is right now? No, 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 no. Even people, even Tyrellas were trying to tell people yesterday to shut up, to stop posting things, because that is how quickly the Shade Borough and other blogs quickly latch onto it. That's how Reddit picks up stuff and posts it on that platform, and it sets Ella and Ty up to get dragged because they don't like them. There's not enough Tyrellas on there to combat the hate that they have over there. But the moment that you guys were so confident that they were broken up, you guys decided to take a side. And you decided to slander the other person. And you had zero receipts on what happened. To me, all this felt like was an argument. Anytime they have an argument, they delete pictures of each other. They don't want to see each other. They don't want to get notifications of each other. I always felt that way. That it was some type of argument, right? In the beginning, I felt it was more for PR purposes to post their individual brands and them not to be just defined by them being in a relationship, because there have been reality TV couples that the moment that they broke up, nobody cared about them because they never pushed their individual brand. They only pushed their couple's brand. And it ended up hurting them because typically only one person out of the relationship gets the benefits, gets to continue on as an influencer, while the other person gets blamed and loses opportunities, especially if they were in the wrong, right? So I just want you guys to utilize this as a lesson that maybe you need to get detached. Maybe you need to get a job. Maybe you need to spend more time with your family. Maybe you need to interact more with your friends. Maybe you need to go outside and touch grass a little bit more. Maybe you need to pick up another hobby and do something. Maybe clean the house. Maybe go out, mow the lawn, go out and do something. Go to the movies, go to a park, go to a restaurant, let your hair down, eat some food. But something has to give, because this micromanagement of Tyrique and Ella is going to get to a point where you're going to hear nothing from them at all regarding their relationship. Because some of you are not aware what privacy means. Yes, they are influencers. Yes, they are getting to the bag in their own right. But the moment you guys became too invasive in the relationship, the moment that you continued to harass them in their DMs, they had to make a decision on what they were going to do, because that is added stress, that is added pressure, that is added negativity. And then what happens is it snowballs to people demanding in the comments to them to release a statement to tell them something. But Tyrique told you in that podcast that they never broke up. And there was at least 2 or 3 breakup rumors by the time that podcast happened. And there's been 2 or 3 more breakup rumors since that podcast happened. And Tyrique told you himself they never broke up. But you didn't want to hear that. And you expected Tyrique to be at all of the events that Ella was at when Ella was in LA initially those 3 days specifically for work. But you couldn't handle that because you were desperate to see her and Tyrique interact. And it looks as though now, when they do interact, they do not want footage out there. Or they want to have the footage between them in private. Because people cannot handle it. The haters can't handle it if they're still together, and the fans can't handle it and end up doing too much and being too invasive, and it's too much activity. It's too much chaos for them. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.